Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, GHA family and friends. We are back with another homework helper video, and today we are in 5th grade, and this is going to be lesson 6 homework. Okay, so we got about 5 questions. I'm going to go over a couple of them to show you how this works. So we did this in class today, so a lot of you will be familiar with it, but I just want to go over a couple just to make sure that you're doing the steps consistently. All right, so number 1 says find the value of each of the following. So number 1 has an A, B, C, and yep, just an A, B, and C. So I'll do one of these for number 1 to get you started. So A says they want to know 1/3 of 12, 2/3 of 12. No, that's pretty easy. And one of those we did. I'm gonna do C. I'm gonna do C, okay? Because C looks to be challenging, okay? So they want to know 1/5 of 35. They want to know 2/5 of 35, all the way up, okay? So if you're looking at that, I'm gonna draw what you see in your book. So it looks like we have a total of 35, all right? And the way they set it up is the picture has 5 rows of 7, okay? So I'll make 5 rows of 7, or I'll start a tape diagram with 5 in it. Good. So our tape diagram, we separated into 5. So we need 4 lines to make 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And so we know this is supposed to equal 35. So if we got 5 of these, then that means that we need 7 in each one, okay? All right, so there it is. So we know out of our 5 pieces, each of those have to have 7 in it in order for it to add up to 35, okay? So if they want to know 1/5 of 35, then we go to our 5 blocks and we shade in one of them. So if we shaded in one block, then 1/5 of 35 is 7, okay? So that's how we do that. Now I'm gonna draw it the way you see it in your book, okay? So here's how it looks in your book. They drew a real figure, they didn't draw a tape diagram. So here we go. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they all have 7 in them. So 2, 3. Okay, so now we can separate these groups. Okay, so with the first demonstration, I already showed you that 1/5 of 35 was 7, okay? So here's how we would do it based on what you have in your book. So they want to know 1/5. So we got our 5 groups. If we want to show 1/5, we would circle one of these groups. So we would circle this first group, all right? So 1/5 of 35 is 7, okay? So if they wanted to know 2 groups, you would circle your 2 groups and then count what's inside. So in our 2 groups, in one group we got 7, in the other group we got 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. So 2 7s of 35 would be 14, okay? And then so on. So they're asking you 3/5 of 3/5 of 35. So we would circle our 3rd group and then we would count those up. So we have 7, we have 14, and then we have 21. So 3, I apologize, that's supposed to be a 5. 2/5 of 35 is 14, and now we're at 3/5 of 35 is going to equal 21, okay? So then 4/5, you will count all the x's up to the 4th row, and then if they want 5/5, you will count all of them, which would be all of them, 35, okay? So that one's, it sounds very simple, but if you don't have the picture drawn, then you want to draw a tape diagram that's going to help you maneuver through these questions here, okay? So I'm going to go to the next page, And I'm gonna do one that doesn't have a picture, okay? So number 2, okay? Number 2 says find 2/3 of 18. So that's one that we've done directly in class, okay? So we're gonna find 2/3, let me use black, 2/3 of 18, all right? So we got the problem up there on the board. What we're gonna do, the first step is to take your total, this is your total, 18. You're gonna divide by your denominator. Bottom number of your fraction is your denominator. Okay, so we have 18 divided by 3. So that lets us know that we're gonna have 6 in 3 of our boxes, okay? So we have 18 divided by 3 is gonna equal 6. So this denominator or bottom number of our fraction is very important. We're gonna use that number to divide by our, we're gonna divide that by our total, and then we're gonna use that for our tape diagram. So that denominator is gonna let us know how many boxes we need as well. So bottom number is 3, denominator is 3, so we're gonna have 3 boxes. Now that we're dividing 18 by 3, we get 6, and that lets us know what we need inside of each box, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put 6 in each box. Okay, and so what they want to know is how much is 2/3 of 18. So we have our 3 groups, and they want us to shade in 2 of those groups to see how much 2/3 of 18 is. So we've circled our 2 groups. Now we can count what's inside. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 2/3 of 18 is equal to 12. Okay, so that is how you break down these problems here. When they do not give you a visual, you will make your own visual with the tape diagram. You're going to use your total, okay, and you're going to use your denominator. Your denominator is going to tell you how many groups you're supposed to have in your tape diagram. So you need 3 groups here. Then you're going to create your division problem from your total and your denominator, and you get 6. That lets you know what you need to put inside of your groups. And then you're going to count the number of groups as your numerator and add them up. Okay, have a good evening.